Hi, my name is Sarah, and I'm the mom of Justin Bieber the cat. You might have seen him on TikTok asking me for a hug, or trying to kick my boyfriend out of the house. For the past 7 months, I've been teaching Justin how to talk. He currently knows over 40 words and is using sentences. It's been the most rewarding process. It's improved his quality of life, it's deepened our relationship, it's cut down on attention-seeking misbehaviors, and I believe it has the potential to be life-saving if our pets can tell us when they're in pain. My goal with this channel is to help you teach your pet how to talk too. The process is not hard, it doesn't take a lot of time per day, it just takes patience and persistence. My videos on TikTok and Instagram have helped tons of people, and whether you're just getting started or you've been trying unsuccessfully, I can help you too. So I get a lot of questions about the buttons Justin uses. Our buttons are from Fluent Pet, there's a link in the description below. I like these because they're the smallest buttons that I could find out there, which is important because Justin has tiny paws, but I also don't have a lot of space in my apartment. I also like them because they come with these foam hex tiles that are intended to group the words according to categories. It's inspired by something called the Fitzgerald key, which is a concept used in AAC, or Alternative and Augmentative Communication. Grouping words according to categories makes it easier for your pet to memorize where they are, and I believe that could help expand their vocabulary. The buttons are recordable, so they can say whatever you want. Another nice feature is you can lock in the recording so they don't reset if your pet stands on top of the button, which I've heard is an issue for some of the larger brands. That being said, there's nothing wrong with the larger buttons. Learning Resource is the most common alternative. It's whatever works best for you and your pet. The training method is the same either way. So it's recommended to introduce new words in pairs because the contrast can help your pet learn. The most popular words to start with are play and outside. These are words that you're likely already using on a daily basis with your pet, and words that your pet is communicating back to you via their body language. They are dog-centric words. I did use them for Justin because we do go outside on an enclosed balcony and he loves to play. But if your pet isn't into those things, you can definitely pick another word. I think pets or snuggles would be a great alternative if you have an affectionate pet. Whatever word you pick, you want to make sure that it's something that's motivating to your pet in particular. The caveat there is that you don't want to start with a food button because it can be a little too exciting. So once you've recorded your buttons, you want to place them in locations that match the context of the word you chose. That means if you picked outside, put the button near the door, and if you picked play, put the button near their toys. If you pick something like cuddles, just put it next to the couch or the bed where your pet is likely to snuggle you. But the locations at this stage are going to help your learner associate the meaning with the button. Now it's time to start modeling buttons for your pet. For a word like outside, that means every time it's time to go outside, you say the word, press the button, and then open the door. Consistency is your best friend for this process. You want to be doing this every single time. The more you're able to model these buttons for your pet, the more opportunities they have to learn. So for some pets, this is enough for them to make the leap to start pressing buttons on their own. Give it a few weeks and see if they start showing interest. Their first presses might look something like rolling over onto the button, sitting on the button, pressing it with their nose. Any sort of press, even accidental at this stage, should be responded to enthusiastically and right away. You want to let them know that they're on the right track. And you always want to respond to the button that they pressed, not the button they seem like they intended. So if your pet presses play, but they seem like they want to go outside, you want to respond to play first and try playing with them. After that, you can lead them over to the outside button, press it, and take them outside. But it's going to help them differentiate between the buttons if you respond to what they press. It's important to keep in mind that this process can take a while. Justin took about 2 months to press his first button, which is pretty normal. So you definitely want to keep it up, even if they seem like they're not paying attention. That being said, there are a few things you can do to help speed up the process. First things first, because I know it's tempting, you never want to take your pet's paw and press it onto the button for them. We just don't want to create any sort of negative associations with the buttons. What I do recommend is a process called paw targeting. Justin started pressing his first buttons the same week that we started paw target training, and I've heard from a lot of other people that have had the same experience. I want to give paw targeting the attention it deserves, so that's going to be its own video, but I promise I'll cover it more in depth. So once your pet is pressing buttons to request activities, you can move the buttons to a central location in the house. You want to pick somewhere in the heart of the home, somewhere where both you and your pet spend a lot of time and where it's going to be easy for you to hear and respond to the buttons. Good locations would be somewhere like the kitchen or the living room. I wouldn't recommend somewhere tucked away like a bedroom because you're not going to get a lot of use out of the buttons. A lot of people find that their pets like to make eye contact when they use the buttons, which is really cute. So while you can definitely put them in a corner or against the wall, you want to leave a gap if possible so they have room to sit and face you. So pets memorize the buttons based on location, the same way that people can learn to type or text without looking at the keys. That means that once we centralize the buttons, we don't want to move them around on the soundboard, so make sure you know where they're going to go. That also means that when we centralize the buttons, your pet is probably going to get confused. They might even stop using the buttons for a few days, which is totally normal. Just keep modeling and they should pick it back up. It also means they're probably going to press the wrong buttons as they relearn which is which. That's normal too, just keep modeling, and again, make sure you're responding to the button that they press, not the button that they seem like they intended. If your pet seems totally lost, that's okay too. What you can do then is move the buttons back to their original locations and try moving them a little bit at a time, day by day. So once your buttons are centralized, now you can add new buttons directly onto the soundboard. You're going to be teaching new buttons through context alone at this point. So if you add the word frisbee, for example, you want to place it on the soundboard where you want it to live, press the button, and then bring your pet over to their frisbee and show them. You can also start combining buttons at this stage by saying things like play outside. It's recommended to use sentences that are one word longer than what your pet is currently using. That means if your pet is currently doing single button presses, you don't want to model any sentences that are longer than 2 words for now. So you might be wondering how to teach more abstract concepts like happy and sad. The short answer is still context. The long answer is coming in another video later. But it's recommended that you save abstract words for a little later in the process. So for now, you want to start with simple, concrete words. So it's normal for pets to be really excited about the buttons at first. They're totally new and it gives them a lot of agency. If you find that your pet is pressing buttons repeatedly or generally being annoying with them, that's a great time to introduce the all done button. All done enforces a boundary and lets your pet know that you heard them, but you're not granting that request anymore at that time. Once you've pressed all done, if your pet is still pressing buttons, it's totally okay to walk away. You're not going to hurt their progress. I have a lot more to say, but that should be enough to get you started. If you have questions, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. And I have a lot more videos planned, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. Next, I'm going to talk about some people that are amazing resources to follow. So Justin would not be talking today if it weren't for Christina Hunger and her dog Stella. Christina is the founder of the Talking Dog movement and the reason this whole community exists. Her website is hungerforwords.com and she wrote a book called How Stella Learned to Talk that's an amazing resource. So if you're watching this, you've probably heard about Bunny, but if not, you need to run, not walk to her channel. Bunny has these amazing conversations with her owner about things like her dreams and the passage of time. It's really existential and it's changing the way we think about our pets. And finally, Billy speaks. Billy is the reason I finally bought buttons for Justin, because I didn't know if cats could do it. Billy is hilarious. They call her Her Majesty because she loves using the word mad. It's a good time. Billy is also around 13, which I think is important because I get people asking all the time if their pet is too old. I don't think there's an age limit. Justin got started as an adult too. He was about 6, so just get started whenever you can. Finally, a website you have to check out is called how.theycantalk.org. They cover everything I've talked about here and a whole lot more. It's an amazing resource, it's a great community, and you should definitely check it out. There's also an ongoing study at the UC San Diego about talking pets that's currently in phase 1. They could use more help, so if you do go to that website, you can sign up there to participate. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and again, I have so many more videos planned, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. I hope this was helpful, I hope you have fun with this process, and I hope you have amazing conversations with your pet. Bye!